10. 13th century Kamakura katana. In 1992, about 1,000 Japanese swords were put up for auction from Dr. Walter Ames Compton's collection. The collection was sold for $8 million in just a single day, and included was the 13th century Kamakura blade, selling for $418,000 to an anonymous private collector. It remains the most expensive katana ever sold at private auction. 9. Admiral Lord Nelson's French officer sword. In 1992, the Lord Nelson sword sold at Sotheby's London for over £2 million, setting new benchmarks for the sale of objects relating to Nelson. A story of the collection and its discovery was published in 2004, titled Nelson's Purse, after a blood-stained purse was found in the trunk, believed to have been recovered from Nelson's dying body at the Battle of Trafalgar. 8. 17th century Indian Talwar blade. This royal blade was sold for $717,800 in 2007 at Sotheby's. It is a slightly curved European blade with traces of overlaid gold decoration and an inlaid gold inscription. The beautiful sword is further decorated with poppies and lotuses, and was believed to have belonged to the 17th century Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. 7. Quan Long Imperial hunting knife. This exquisite hunting knife is believed to have been owned by Quan Long, the 6th emperor of the Manchu-led Quang dynasty. The hilt of the knife was crafted from antelope horn, which is quite rare, and the secret opening at the base of the hilt reveals a hidden compartment used to hold a pair of chopsticks and a toothpick. It was sold at Sotheby's in 2009 for $9,620,000 Hong Kong dollars. 6. Ulysses S. Grant Civil War Presentation Sword. Here we have another sword that belonged to a very important historical figure, Ulysses S. Grant. He was given the sword in 1864 by the people of Kentucky when he took to the position of General-in-Chief of the Armies of the United States. The alluring weapon features 26 diamonds that were formed to spell out his initials, USG, and it sold for $1.6 million in 2007 as part of the Heritage Auctions. 5. The Gem of the Orient Knife. The Gem of the Orient is a lavish knife, designed and crafted in 1966 by Buster Warensky, a man in his 20s. Almost 50 years later, Warensky is considered one of the world's greatest knife makers. He served 2 terms as the president of the Knife Makers Guild in his 30s. The Gem of the Orient was created for a Japanese customer. The filigree handle was encrusted with 153 emeralds totaling 10 carats, 9 diamonds, 5 carats, and 28 ounces of gold was used to create the rest of the handle and blade. It supposedly took Warensky 10 years to make. 4. Shah Jahan's personal dagger. This is the second weapon on the list that belonged to the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. It fetched 1.7 million Great British pounds at the Bonham's Indian and Islamic sale in London in 2008. Shah Jahan ruled from 1627 to 1657, and the dagger is an understated, elegant blade with gold inscriptions and decorations. It sold for 5 times its anticipated value of 300,000 Great British pounds. 3. 15th century Nasrid period ear dagger. Napoleon Bonaparte was known to carry a pistol and a sword on the battlefield. This gold-encrusted sword is the same one that was used by Bonaparte at the Battle of Marengo in 1800 when he ousted the Austrian army from Italy. It was passed down from generation to generation of the Bonaparte family and was deemed an historical monument and therefore unable to leave the country. It sold in France in 2007 from one descendant of Napoleon's brother, Jerome, to another descendant. 2. Napoleon Bonaparte's Gold-Encrusted Saber. Napoleon Bonaparte was known to carry a pistol and a sword on a battlefield. This gold-encrusted sword is the same one that was used by Bonaparte at the Battle of Marengo in 1800 when he ousted the Austrian army from Italy. It was passed down from generation to generation of the Bonaparte family and was deemed an historical monument and therefore unable to leave the country. It sold in France in 2007 from one descendant of Napoleon's brothers, Jerome, to another descendant. The curved saber was forged by Nicolas Noel Boateng and is decorated in gold and has an ebony and gold handle. 1. 18th century Boateng saber. This beautiful sword and scabbard was actually sold twice, first in 2006 for $5.93 million and again 2 years later for $7.7 million. The weapon is the second on the list with inscriptions and decorations alluding to the Chinese Emperor Quan. It is an S-shaped saber with a fitted white jade handle stylized with ornate leaves and fleuret.